everybody to Shadowbox K-9. I know, it's been a while, but here we are, we're back. Today we're talking about decoys. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the best physical training methods to remain injury-free and increase strength and efficiency in the biomechanics of the activity. Decoys are an integral part of training. These guys use their bodies to teach the apprehension dogs the ins and outs of the full spectrum of protection. But one of the most overlooked things when it comes to decoys is the strenuous toll it takes on the human body. Today I'll be providing the bare minimum functional training regimen catering to our beloved craft. This is simply my personal approach to fitness as a practicing decoy, and I'm putting it out for learning and discussion purposes. Now, on to my minimalistic decoy fitness training program. As a baseline, you should be able to run 1.5 miles under 13 minutes. Having a cardiovascular baseline will be very important for using your body efficiently as a unit. Let's consider that the average bite suit weighs 15 to 30 pounds, plus the weight of a dog that can weigh anywhere between 40 to 140 pounds. And even if you're using a sleeve, you still have to contend with the weight of the dog. So if you can't perform cardiovascularly on your own, it's going to be very difficult to perform cardiovascularly with external weight. Our first two exercises feature weightlifting. The first exercise is the deadlift. The deadlift is a functional lift which engages the hamstrings, glutes, erectors in your lower back, lats, traps, rhomboids, abdominals, and obliques, activating the entire posterior chain, which allows for increased stability and power. This is key when moving any external weight, especially for those instances where the decoy has to lift the dog off the ground. Just look at how similar the movement is when lifting a dog off the ground and lifting the weight off the floor. Recruiting the posterior chain and core is key to being able to stand firm when a strong dog is purposely trying to debase you and knock you off balance. Next, we have the back squat. This lift will provide the stable base that every decoy needs. When legs and lower muscles are underdeveloped, the decoys may strain their lower back due to overcompensations once their legs tire. The next suggested exercise is straight arm torso twists. This exercise engages abdominals, obliques, and chest and arms isometrically. I can't stress enough how having a strong core has been integral to injury prevention for me as a decoy. There are other core variations that will help with performance strengthening as well. For example, wheel rolls. For the next session of this program, we're going to shift focus from lifting external weights to moving with external weight. No matter which way you slice it, the physical act of being a decoy is to move through space while having external weight holding you down. The cumulative weight is usually suit or sleeve plus dog. To replicate this effect, we're going to use a weighted sled. With these sled exercises, you're going to want to do them in the same sequence that you would an agility or sprinter's workout. The first sled variation is a weighted sprint or a sled pull. This exercise simulates moving forward in motion while being held back by weight. Make sure you're lifting your knees and keeping all of your movements fluid and uniform. If you don't have a weighted sled, you can also attach a tire to a harness. The second sled variation is a sled push. Sled pushes engage general strength as well as moving an external weight. Make sure to maintain good posture, focus on firing from the posterior chain, and engage your anterior chain as well. If you're aiming to increase performance, then do less reps. Instead, do every sprint with increased and focused ferocity in order to increase explosiveness and power. If you're looking to challenge your endurance, then do more sprint reps, challenging your cardiovascular system at its limit. I routinely do 5 to 8 sprints, focusing on execution and performance of each individual sprint. And there you have it, folks, the basic physical conditioning workout for decoys. Keep in mind that this is a basic regimen for educational purposes and for those who need some idea on how to begin conditioning to complement their decoy endeavors. Before we end, I want to point out that working dogs is a compound activity. If you notice, none of the exercises we covered were isolation exercises where you only focus on one muscle. Quite frankly, it wouldn't be functional to moving and working as a decoy. Now, I'm very sure somebody's going to say that there's an exercise I probably should have included or an exercise that I miss. And you could be right. The fact of the matter is, doing some form of physical activity is better than none if you're already a practicing decoy. If you already do plenty of physical activity to complement decoy work, then you're way ahead of the game. This is intended as a minimum blueprint for functional training as a decoy. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of decoy-specific physical conditioning. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook at K-9. Now go enjoy your puffs and let your day go to the dogs. What's up? See ya.